I get it. People throw around words like stupid and coward without even trying to understand where you're coming from. They see it as simple, just get out there, meet someone, take a chance. But the reality isn't that easy, especially when you're someone who doesn't naturally fall into that rhythm. And it stings to hear people dismiss your choices or suggest there's only one right way to live, as if staying single on your own terms is somehow a problem. You hear it all the time, just put yourself out there. Or, you're self-destructive if you avoid trying. But maybe they don't understand that you have reasons for staying in your comfort zone. Maybe you've tried before, and it didn't turn out great. Or maybe you've seen enough rejection and failure to know that the risk isn't worth it for you right now. People like to assume that if you're single, you're unhappy. They want to label it as unhealthy, as if being single is some kind of flaw you need to fix. It's tough because for some people, going out, meeting new people, and taking risks are second nature. They thrive in that world. But for others, people who are more reserved, who don't light up in social situations, or who maybe even feel anxiety around the whole put yourself out there advice sounds more like a punishment than an opportunity. You're told you need to act like someone you're not, that you need to somehow force yourself to become this extroverted, charismatic person who thrives on social energy. And that's not only draining, it's almost an impossible task to sustain. The truth is, your odds of rejection may feel stacked against you, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily a permanent obstacle or that it's even a problem. Maybe you're in a period of life where focusing on yourself or your passions is enough, where the thought of forcing some grand social risk feels hollow or unappealing. The pressure to go out there can be overwhelming, and often people push for it because it's what society says you should do, not because it's what will make you happy. Then there's the frustration of feeling like you have no other option. People talk about love and relationships as if they're universal requirements, like everyone needs them to be happy. But who says you can't be genuinely content with being single? Being single doesn't have to mean being lonely. For some, being single is actually freeing. It gives you time to pursue interests, to build a strong sense of self, and to live without the pressure of constantly measuring your worth by someone else's standards. Maybe the solution isn't in following everyone else's advice, but in finding ways to be fulfilled that resonate with who you are, not who people think you should be. There's no rule book that says happiness can only be found in a relationship, just as there's no rule book saying you have to be single to work on yourself. You can decide what works best for you right now. And that might mean taking small, comfortable steps toward opening up to new experiences on your own terms, or it might mean embracing your life without guilt. What a lot of people don't realize is that stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't have to look the same for everyone. For you, maybe it's not about trying to find someone or forcing yourself to do things that feel unnatural. It could be about slowly expanding your world in ways that feel manageable, maybe focusing on your hobbies, passions, or personal growth first without feeling the need to rush into any. At the end of the day, it's your life. You're the one who has to wake up every day and live it. So, why not craft a version of happiness that makes sense to you? There's nothing stupid or cowardly about not wanting to jump into something you're not ready for. Relationships are supposed to add to your life, not be the defining part of it. And when, or if, the time feels right, you'll know you're stepping into that world with purpose and authenticity, not because someone told you it's the only way. So yeah, maybe for now you're choosing to stay single. Maybe you're taking time to build a life that's fulfilling in its own way. Or maybe you're letting go of the idea that your value depends on someone else's acceptance. Whatever path you take, it should be one that respects who you are, at your core, not a version of you molded to fit someone else's ideal. Let them call it what they will. Only you get to define what brings you peace.